In 1960, a phenomenon came to the attention of the world. Man claiming to be 2,000 years old was proven by our foremost medical authorities to be just that. His wisdom has been a great source of inspiration to those of us who've had the privilege to know him. He's back in Los Angeles at this time for his bicentennial checkup, and he has consented to honor us with his revered and distinguished presence, ladies and gentlemen, the 2013-year-old man. Sir,
Thank you.
how are you?
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right.
Sir, you are now looking, I must say, not any older than you did 10 years ago. You are now 2013.
Yes.
What has kept you alive?
Will to live.
Ah, yes, that is the will to live is
Not
kept...
the will to live. Doctor to live. Dr. Will to live.
Oh,
the man that's kept me
Dr.
alive.
William to live.
Yeah.
Oh, is...
William to live, a genius. The
I
man's
see.
a
What,
genius.
you know, one of the great geriatric specialists is a theory that was printed just a while ago that your long life may be attributed to the slowness of your heartbeat and the slowness of your development. Were you a slow developer as a child?
Very slow.
You were a slow developer.
He's right, because an elephant is slow, lives long.
Yes, right.
A turtle.
A turtle, that's right.
Slow, they're long.
So you were
all my
as
things,
a youth, you were very slow.
I started everything low and slow.
Yes.
Low and slow. I breastfed for 200 years.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now,
I love that.
Now, sir.
I look back at that as the happiest part of my life. I'll tell you the truth.
Now, how could you? Who did you breastfeed with? Who breastfed you?
I used to con a lot of ladies into doing it. You know, they took pity on me.
And it was just breastfeeding.
Oh, it was a thrill, let me tell you.
Now, and what other parts developed slowly? Now, that's your...
Well, it took me 200 years before I got my public hair.
You mean hair? You mean your chest hair and your genital hair?
My what?
Your hair around your private parts.
Yes. We don't say genital, we say a gentle parts.
Your gentle parts.
You have to be very gentle
that's
there.
called pubic. That's called.
Yes.
That's not called public hair. It's called pubic hair. So
No,
I don't mean to correct
I got
you.
my pubic hair when I was about 15 or 16. I'm talking my public hair.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. The hair on your chest, your arms, your head, the hair the public can see.
I see.
Not that.
I see.
Not private.
And the.
Yes.
Sir, what was your diet like 2,000 years ago?
2,000 years ago, we only ate what God meant, the organic, the natural.
Like what?
Clouds, stars, rocks. We ate big things.
Yes, well, but there was no nutrition in that. There was no nutrition in
Yes.
that. Didn't you? You had to keep searching.
You don't know. Look, do you know many parts of a pine tree are edible?
Yes,
you know that?
Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that. Yes.
Yes. And did you know that pussy willows make a lovely dessert?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. Well, what else did you? What else did you eat just beside pussy willows? What about live things that?
Oh yes,
move?
you could eat insects too, but you know.
Did you eat insects?
Yes, you have to be careful of the red ant.
Yes.
Because they're hard to kill. So if a few live ones are on your tongue, they'll eat your tongue before you eat them.
I see.
You have to be very fast.
So
The red ants.
you
eat
must
them
be very careful.
because it's more or less a race with
Yes.
them. Who eats who? You know.
Well, now
they're very quick.
You obviously don't eat red ants and rocks today
No,
because
no.
you can avail yourself of the
2000
foods that exist.
2013 years old. I
Yes.
have to be very careful.
What does your diet consist of
Very
today?
very strict diet.
Strict diet.
Very strict. Almost nothing. No starches. No starches.
No starch.
No, so because starch turns to sugar. Sugar turns to diabetes. Diabetes turns to the grave.
Yeah, I see. So there are starches are out.
No starch.
Starches are out.
No meats, because meats have fat, and fat is cholesterol.
And fowl?
Cholesterol, and no fowl. Fowl is foul. You don't eat fowl. You don't eat
fowl?
No
Fowl?
good for you. No. You know, the chickens eat crap.
So there's no starches, no fowl, no meats.
No meats and no fowls.
What about fish?
No fish iodine. Too much iodine, you get a goiter, your eyes will spring out of your head.
I see. So you don't want any fish.
No, sir.
Well, then then naturally you live on vegetables.
No, fruits and vegetables are very bad. Very bad. They're very bad. They're roughage and they make tons and tons of gas. And I have to be very careful because if I make a blues, I could blow myself out of this world.
Yes, at your age,
No
you're rather...
gas.
Yes,
I'm
that's
not
right.
allowed
You
to
are
have gas.
Very brittle. I understand that. But so what do you
Very
eat?
little.
So you have nothing to eat, that you've left yourself nothing to eat.
Cool mountain water. 10 degrees below room temperature. Just 10 degrees.
And
Just cool mountain
and
water.
that's all.
That's all I eat. That's all I live on.
What? The stuff, is that allowable on your diet? Is the stuffed cabbage allowable?
Who the hell cares if it's allowable? I love it. What am I going to live for? A little mountain water? You think I'm going to stay alive?
Sir,
Are you crazy?
did you live before man believed in the Almighty?
Oh, yeah, a few years before we believed.
Well,
A couple of
did you
years.
believe in anything? Did you believe in any
Yeah,
superior being?
Yes, a guy, Phil.
Well, who was Phil? Who was Phil?
Philip, the leader.
Philip.
He was the leader of our tribe. He was-
Philip?
Philip.
He was the leader.
Oh,
What
yes.
made him the leader?
Very big, very strong, a big beard and big chest and big arms, and I mean, he could kill you. He could
And-
just
and
walk
you-
on you and you could die.
You revered him.
And we prayed to him.
You prayed.
Would you like to hear one of our prayers?
Oh,
to Philip?
do you remember these prayers?
Oh, Philip. Please don't take our eyes out and don't pinch us and don't hurt us all. Amen. That was it.
And Philip did these things for you, and
Yes.
you followed
Philip,
him.
Yeah, right.
How long was his reign?
Oh, not too long, because one day Philip was hit by lightning.
Ah.
And we looked up, we said, there's something bigger than Phil.
Oh, I see. So you gave up on Philip.
Yes.
I see, and you started
yes.
to
And then
pay
we
allegiance
started-
to that
Yes,
new
yes,
God.
to the new Lord.
Now, what did you didn't call him Lord then,
No,
did you?
the first name we had for him, I think, was Gewalt.
Means, oh, yes.
I
Can
mean,
I translate that?
lightning,
That
we went
means,
already Gewalt.
means,
Wow.
I think that's in Old Hebraic meaning,
Yes.
oh, my
Well,
goodness.
My goodness, yes. First Gewalt, and then
How did
there
it come
was
to God? Or
Gewalt, and Gewu, Yewa.
Then
Yewa, then Yahweh,
Yes.
then Yahweh, then your way, then his way, then
Jehovah,
God,
Jehovah,
God, then yes,
Jehovah.
yes.
And then to Lord. That's
then the
wonderful.
Lord.
You know, sir, this world of ours is full of mystery. And what phenomena intrigues you more than any other in this world?
That's a hard question.
Well,
There's
I don't-
many different phenomena I'll tell you one that's very private. If you promise everybody here will keep their mouth shut.
Well, is it
I'll
something?
say one that a phenomena that really puzzles you, a mystery that I don't want to talk about. I'll say it anyway.
Go ahead.
All right.
You're among friends.
After I eat asparagus and I make number one, it's such an odor, you know, such a nutty flavor. I mean, that really puzzles me. Why there should be
Well,
that?
there must be some.
Just,
There must be.
why is that?
That's some chemical
I mean,
reaction. There must be some chemical
It's
reaction.
frightening.
Sir, you know what intrigues me?
Sure.
The origin of words. You knew Shakespeare. You told us. You know he invented
Cute, a
words.
pussycat with a beard.
How did the word shower come to be?
Oh, shower. Most words came out because of onomatopoetica.
You mean they sound like what they are?
They sound exactly
Well, a
like.
shower doesn't exactly
Well,
sound.
listen, you'll go in a shower and you hear.
But that's not shower.
Well,
That's
when they added the hot water, then you walked in and went out, so it's shower.
shower. Very good.
Shower.
Okay.
See, that's how we got shower.
Simple. You mean all words you think are onomatopoetically
All
based?
words basically come from the sound.
Well, how about the word egg? Egg doesn't sound or look like an egg.
Watch that chicken. Look at that chicken. Study that chicken very, 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 very closely.
Yes, I do. I don't see
As
anything.
it produces an egg, and you listen to it, you'll see the chicken goes. Egg!
Oh, that's possible.
Pull an egg comes out. Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm going to trip you up.
Yeah.
I'm going to trip you up. Why do they call a nose a nose?
What, are you going to blow your eyes? Makes sense to me.
All right.
Perfectly sensible.
Sir, what great inventors or discoverers you feel our civilization is most beholden to? People like Pasteur come to my mind, Columbus, Einstein.
He was good.
Who do you feel is
They
one of
were
the great
good.
contributors to our civilization as we know it today?
Jewish or anybody?
Anybody.
You left out Murray.
Murray?
Murray was a hell of an inventor, one of the big inventors.
What did he invent?
Fire.
Really?
Fire.
How did that come about? How did
He
come
was
to
standing under a tree.
Yes.
And came a big bolt of lightning, set the tree on fire, and set Murray's beard and his clothes and his hair on fire. And he came running into the cave, all on fire, and I jumped up. I remember I leapt to my feet, and I said, "Get your marshmallows on your sticks! Hurry! Hurry!" And then we all rushed at Murray, but they were so greedy we put him out.
Yep. Oh,
Too many marshmallows. Put out Murray.
Yeah. Well,
It was a terrible
well,
experience.
you might have been unhappy, but I think Murray was probably happy
But that
about
was the first he invented.
He
fire.
didn't invent
Yes,
it.
that was a very big invention.
What other inventors beside Murray?
Onan.
Onan?
Onan.
What did Onan invent?
Onan discovered himself.
Oh, yes.
Very big invention.
Yes.
Yes.
I see. Yes.
I think he was falling, and he grabbed onto himself, and that's how he fell in love. You know?
I see. And he stayed with himself.
And he lived with himself and was in love.
Was he ostracized for being that way?
He was circumcised. I don't know.
No. I mean, was he
Ostracized.
shunned? Was he shunned for that?
Oh, yes, he was shunned because, you know, in the Bible, it says, "They shall not
Spill thy seed.
the seed of thy fruit on the ground."
That's
you know?
right. And also thou
Right.
shalt be fruitful and multiply.
And he was fruitless in subtracting.
Yes,
you know?
that's
If you want to look at it.
That's right.
You know, that
So,
way,
but
you know.
actually, what you're saying something is very interesting. Actually, because many guilts have been carried by many people because of Onan. He really was the inventor of masturbation.
Sure.
What?
Hey,
What?
what's the matter with you?
What is that?
Teenagers are going to hear this.
Yes, well, the word masturbation
But
is
you don't have to say
But
that.
in today's
don't say that word.
Well,
there are other
masturbation-
ways to imply. You could be oblique, be subtle. Don't say it. Be smart.
Well, you know, that may be one of the problems.
Can't you be
sir.
clever?
No, sir, that may
How's
be
the
one of
matter
the
with you?
problems that exist in the world today because we use euphemisms
Yes,
instead
I
of saying
understand.
masturbation.
Get another question.
Okay. What things annoy you about our modern society? Now, many people feel that the thing that's most upsetting to them is that the individual rights and
Yes.
freedoms have been taken away.
Our rights, our freedoms.
You feel that
more
taking-
important than that. They're taking away our smell.
Our what?
Our smells, our own individual smells.
How are they
They
doing
have
that?
they have a spray for everything. Under the arms, in the nose, in the crotch. You don't know who the hell you're talking to anymore.
You mean that we
They're
can't...
taken away with all these.
So you don't know the difference
You
between...
don't know the difference between men and women, between who's who. Everybody smells like a strawberry. You walk past a fruit stand, you get hot. What the hell is
I
that?
know, that's true.
There's no way to
that
live.
is upsetting.
You can't live your life that way.
That is upsetting.
Sure, it's ridiculous.
Yes. Do you avail yourself today of the modern miracle medicines?
I don't take drugs. I don't like drugs.
Don't use any drugs?
I don't use drugs.
So, well, what do you use instead of drugs, or if you have some illness or disease?
Fruits, the elixir of life.
You mean fruits can cure diseases?
Fruits, there's a fruit for any disease that mankind has
That's
had.
hard to believe.
Name the disease, I'll give you the fruit.
Really?
Absolutely.
Arterial sclerosis?
Bananas.
Bananas? Wow.
Bananas, because arteriosclerosis, hardening of the artery, you need something soft.
Yes.
Either bananas or a mushy pear. Either one will save you.
How about tuberculosis?
Tuberculosis.
TB.
Blueberries.
TB? How? Why?
They stain the tubercle bacteria. You find them, you kill them. Blueberries.
How about
Very good.
diarrhea?
Diarrhea, you gotta eat peaches.
Peaches?
Peaches are very good.
Any
for
kind of
diarrhea.
peaches?
Oh, no. Not Alberta.
No, really?
No.
No.
The cling peaches.
Why? I know why. Yeah.
They hold you together a little bit.
Sir, what do you consider the greatest medical discovery in the 2,000 years that you've lived to be? Would it be the advent of transplants of organs, the use of antibiotics, the heart-lung machine?
Liquid Prel.
Now, wait a minute.
Liquid
You equate
Prel.
that
Not
with the
only- wait,
discovery
no,
of the
let me
heart-lung
explain.
machine. I want an explanation.
Okay, the heart-lung machine
Yes.
is in your medicine cabinet and falls out.
Yes.
It's gonna break,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that's true. That's true. But not the liquid.
No, not liquid
No,
Prel
it's
don't
in that
break.
plastic container.
Right. And what about the psychological aspects?
What
The
psychological? No, there's
psychological
no
aspects
psychological aspect.
of liquid Prel.
It's a shampoo.
Get out of here. What's the matter with
It's
you?
more
Don't
than a
you-
shampoo.
Don't you see what it's doing?
what
It's
is-
bringing families together. A mother of 42 and a daughter of 16 are talking for the first time. Don't you see? Oh, mom. Don't use too much. Oh, don't worry. It's concentrated. They talk to each other.
You mean that's the beginning?
Generation, bringing families together.
That's the beginning of a relationship.
Oh,
huh?
sure,
The
sure.
beginning of
entire families are being held together with liquid pearl. I mean, we owe a great debt to it, and it's green. If you put a pearl in it and hold it upside down, it goes very slow.
You obviously like that product.
I love it.
Sir, living through 2 centuries, I am just hoping that you have chronicled your life in biographies, autobiographies.
Nah, I never wrote any of my adventures.
You didn't write any of this down? That's so sad.
Nah, it's egotistical.
Oh, yes, but after you've lived more than 1,000 years, you should have realized you were very special and should have done some writing.
I did a little writing.
What kind?
A little poetry.
Poetry.
Yeah, a little private poetry.
You are a romantic.
I love poetry.
Could you recite some of your
poetry?
poetry?
Shorthand of beauty, poetry.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Would you recite some of our poetry?
Well, I wrote it many years ago. I don't know if you'd understand it, you know.
Well, could you...
Well, I'll take a shot. You want to hear?
Yes.
Nag, nag, mekelem bibag, veluch matuch maluch metag.
That's a language I've never heard. It's not It's not Hebrew.
You know Sanskrit?
It's no, I don't.
You know cuneiform?
No.
It's neither of those.
Oh well, what is it?
It's a very tough language.
What is it called? Does it have a name? That language?
The sand language. The sand.
The sand language.
Yes.
Well, we didn't understand it. It had a nice rhythm to it. And is there a translation? Is it a romantic poem?
Yeah, well, it is in English.
I guess all poems are basically.
I could say it to you in English if you want to. It loses all the beauty.
It's true though that most poems.
All the gorgeousness, all the wonder of it.
The romance.
It's gone.
Yes, and the romance of a language.
But I'll say it if you want to hear it in English.
Well, give us the best romantic translation you can.
Beans, beans, the musical fruits. The more you eat, the more you toot. That's the
Oh,
poem
now,
in
did
English.
you write that?
My best work.
All right. Well, I'm in the mood of hearing the old Hebraic chants that the shepherds and the people who sat on the hillside singing. Do you remember any of those chants?
No, I don't.
Sir, how did you dress back in the old days, 2,000 years ago? We see pictures on walls. The legend has it that the fig leaf was the first wearing apparel.
No.
The fig leaf wasn't. What did you wear before that?
And no. It was not the first apparel.
No?
No, sir.
What was?
The hat.
You mean a man wore a hat on his genitals?
Not on his genitals. He didn't wear a hat on his genitals. He wore a hat on his head, like you're supposed to wear a hat.
Oh, why? But that wouldn't protect your genitals.
No, it's more important to protect the brain. In primitive man, he knew the brain. If God, in nature, intended that the genitals were more important than the brain, he would have put a skull over the genitals. And we knew that.
That's true. That's true.
Now let's face it. Look, we're all adults. Let's talk plain. What the hell do you care if somebody comes over and fools around with you and your genitals? What the hell do you care? What is it? It's a momentary thing, right?
Yes.
It's there and it's gone,
but
right? But you don't want anybody coming over stroking your brains. You don't want that.
No.
Because they'll scramble your brains, you'll write the wrong check out, you'll lose money. That's important. That stuff is important.
Sir, I read somewhere that you lived in Boston during the American Revolution. Did you know Paul Revere?
An anti-Semite bastard.
Didn't like Paul Revere.
He
was a hero.
He hated the Jews.
No.
He
He was a hero. How could you call an
He
anti-Semite?
warned he was afraid they were moving in. He had fear that they were going to go in the neighborhood and move in.
No.
They're coming, the Yiddish, they're coming.
No.
All night he was yelling.
Were you living in that neighborhood at the time?
I was there. I heard him
He
yelling
was yelling,
myself.
the British are coming.
Oh, my God.
And you moved out.
The British. Oh, I'm going to have to send his wife a note.
Oh, you maligned the man. You mean, for all these years, for almost...
And I didn't go to his funeral. Oh, my God.
For 200 years,
An era.
you have maligned the man.
Oh, I'm glad we spoke.
Oh, I'm glad we spoke about it. I better ask you about
spoke.
some more of these people.
Oh, wait, let me recover, wait.
Sir, could you tell us about your mother and father?
My mother and father were Jewish.
Yes, but I imagine, yes.
They're typical.
Yes.
They're eternal. They're typical and eternal.
Well, now, this goes back over 2,013 years ago.
I'm going to tell you a nice thing. I'm going to tell you the truth about all the Jewish mothers and fathers.
Is this your
and
mother?
the Jewish in-laws.
You're talking about your
mine and all.
Yes.
This is the truth about them. They all are prideful
Yes.
and spiteful.
Yes.
And they all For instance, I mean, when I was a kid, when I got married, it was in caves.
You lived in a cave?
Cave.
You were living in a cave and your
Yes,
parents
we
came
made
to-
dinner. We said, Pa, come over for dinner. And you know the Jewish mothers and fathers, they came over, it was a terrible rainstorm, they're standing outside the cave. I said, come in, Pa. No, I'm all right here.
You mean he was standing outside the cave?
I'm fine.
He was standing outside the cave?
Outside, I said, Pa, it's raining, Ma, it's raining on you. No, we all right. We all right. We don't have to come in. We just want to look at you.
It was dangerous out there.
I mean, they're nuts. So finally,
What brought him into the
we
cave?
pushed him in. Can we take your coat? Let me take your coat. No, it's all right. I'll keep my coat.
Oh, they wouldn't even give you their coat.
Sit down. No, standing is good.
And did,
Oh, sit down. We made dinner for you. No, we ate on the dinosaur on the way over.
they wouldn't give you the...
They don't do nothing.
What was the reason for that? Why did they do that?
Who knows? Jews are nuts.
Sir, you lived, of course, during the time of Christ.
Oh, I knew him. A nice boy.
You knew Jesus?
Oh, he's a nice, lovely, thin, a nice little boy.
Yes. I mean, is he as
Wore
he's-
sandals.
He wore sandals.
Wore sandals.
Very much as he's pictured today in the motion pictures that we see of him.
Why did they make a travesty of it?
You mean the Jesus
They're
Christ
throwing
superstar?
over the tables and knocking over things.
Well, didn't Jesus behave that way?
No, he was quiet, a quiet lad.
He didn't do that.
No, he came in the store. He never bought anything.
You had a
Came
store.
in, yes.
Oh, I see. You were a merchant. By the way, did you know any of the apostles? Did you know the
I
12?
knew them all, sure.
Did
I
you
knew
know
them-
the 12
No, they
apostles?
came to the store. I knew them well.
Oh,
Sure.
you knew them, huh?
Absolutely.
Could you tell us a little about them? Who are they, first of all?
There was Ben, Murray, Al, Richie, Saul, Abe.
No.
Wait.
That's not the apostles.
Wait, that's the William Morris Agency. Wait.
Well,
It's the same
I
stuff,
see.
you know.
Sir, is there anything you want to tell us about Jesus that we don't know, that we should know? Because the history and the mystery of Jesus is really one of the most fascinating things in the history of man.
He was a carpenter.
We know that.
Oh, that's all I had left.
Well, everybody knew.
Yeah.
So there's nothing new you can...
Yeah,
No
no.
new
I
light
thought
you
I'd
can
shed that new light, but you all
Was
know
he a
that.
good carpenter?
The best.
Did he ever do anything for you?
Yes, he made a cabinet for me.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of a cabinet?
3 drawers and 2 little drawers at the top.
Yes?
Yes.
And how much did he charge you for that?
4 drachmas.
How much is a drachma?
Drachma's about $50 today.
Did you know at the time that Jesus was building you this cabinet?
Oh,
that he
sure,
was-
I paid him. I wrote
No,
out the
I
check
mean,
to
did-
Jesus.
No,
I knew it.
No, I mean, did you know he was going to be the Jesus who would shake the world?
Are you kidding? If I knew it was going to be him, I would have made him a partner in the store. Who knew it was going to be a hit?
Sir, I'm always fascinated when you tell us personal things about the great historical figures. One who intrigues me, General Custer.
A fag.
Now, wait a moment. No, just a moment.
Man was a fag.
No, we're talking about General Custer. He was a general.
Hey, I was there, Charlie.
You're saying that the general could be a fag?
He's a fag.
General's a fag?
All generals.
All generals? Now, just a moment. That is, are you trying to prove a psychiatric point?
I'm
that
saying
the
a
man...
simple truth. What's so hard
Well,
to...
no, you say not all
Take
generals.
the
Maybe
racks out.
one, maybe, but not all.
Name the generals, I'll tell
George
you.
Washington.
A fag, the biggest.
General Eisenhower.
A fag.
General Cornwallis.
A fag.
General Patton.
A big fag.
Now, just how could you explain that, sir? None of these men seem. We haven't any history of them being homosexual.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold on, pal. I didn't say homosexual. No.
You said
But don't
fag.
get me in trouble. I don't want to
You
get
said
a...
these generals were fags.
Yes, Federal Army generals. I didn't mean...
I see, you're making- I see.
No, I don't
Oh.
want to take the time on the record to... I've shortened things, that's
I
all.
see. Well, you almost got us in a lot of trouble
Yes,
there.
you bet. Homosexual.
But
I
there
don't know.
were. Do you know any homosexuals?
Maybe Custer, but I don't want to go further. You know,
There were.
could have been. He had long hair and he liked nice horses. Who knows?
Did you know Winston Churchill?
The war would have been over 4 years earlier if it wasn't for Winston Churchill.
He prolonged the war, you say?
Prolonged it 4 years, a good 4 years.
Why? By bad generalship?
No, but bad elocution. Because he said, we must conquer the Nazis.
Yes.
Now, we were fighting and killing Nazis. We all left. We all ran away, and we were looking for Nazis. There was no Nazis.
No.
4 years chasing Nazis.
No.
Now, just a
He
moment.
should have said Nazi. It would have ended the war.
No, but I think very, very few
The
people...
man didn't talk good.
Very few people were confused by that. I
That's
don't think...
'cause
How many people were...
Sipped a few brandies.
Yeah, but how many people were confused by Nazis?
Me and my group, there was 8 of us. 8 of us. We could have helped. We could have pitched in.
Oh, no, I
Could
don't
have pitched
believe
in.
that.
It would have ended the war.
Your feeling about war, I would like to get that. Your feeling about war and the possibility that man will someday outgrow his need for using it to solve his problems.
I hate it.
You hate war.
I hate
Were you involved in
Everyone.
war? Every war?
I was in every war.
You were? Well, why would
Every
you...
one. I joined up.
Why would you join?
That the flag, that songs. I was a kid. I didn't know better. Over there. You know what the real song should be for war?
Yes, can you sing?
Let's go out and lose an eye. Let's lose a foot. Let's go to war and lose our brains. That should be the real song.
Yeah, I see.
They make nice songs.
Yes. And over there, gets you over there.
And I was wounded and I was hurt. Half of me is plastic, the other half is a tin can. There's nothing left for war.
Oh, yes.
I'm a shell of myself.
So there has never been a good war, you're
One
saying?
good war, there was.
Which war was
An
that?
exception.
The war for
Sorry.
liberation?
No, none of that bullshit.
The revolution?
No.
The Russian Revolution?
There was one good war.
What war is
the
that?
The War of the Roses was a good war.
The War of the Roses in England?
Yes, it was a just war.
What a just war? What made that one a just war?
Well, Wednesday night we went to sleep. Thursday morning we woke up, there was no rose in the country.
Somebody stole the roses?
Came in, they took every rose away.
Oh, I can't believe
And
that.
you know, we didn't smell too good. We needed the roses. So Thursday morning we went to war. We got back every rose. The hell with them.
And that was a
That
just
was
war?
a just war.
Oh,
the only war worth fighting. Yes, sir.
Well, that's...
That war I'd fight again. Yes, sir. Don't take my roses, mister.
We do know that you have always been a romantic individual. 400 wives will attest to that.
1,000 violins explode in my mind.
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful.
Could you
Constant.
tell us, is this being too personal, could you tell us the most unforgettable romantic interlude in your life?
Oh, well, I don't know if I should say here.
Well, you can.
I don't know.
Come on, I mean, we'd like to hear it. I think we'd all gain from
private.
it. We'd all gain from it to know what a man of your stature
what the hell?
feels
Okay.
as a romantic interlude. Who and when, what?
Dolly Madison. Yes.
You dallied with Dolly Madison.
Very well put. Yes.
You dallied with Dolly.
Yes.
You
Dolly
mean
Madison.
James Madison's...
He was busy in the West Wing of the Oval House writing the Monroe Doctrine. So
No, just a moment.
And he never paid attention to it. He was very busy.
Yes, well, just a
She
moment.
had needs. The woman had needs.
Now, can I clear something up?
Yeah, I have to satisfy their
I'm sure she
needs.
did, but just to keep this historically accurate, which we should do, you're talking about James Madison doing the Monroe Doctrine. I think you mean James Monroe.
Then maybe it was Dolly Monroe. Wait.
Well, I don't think Monroe's wife was named Dolly. I don't know what her name was.
Well, who was the girl who made the ice cream?
That was Dolly Madison.
It was Dolly Madison, because I remember we got hot, we fell right in the ice cream, we didn't know what we were doing, a tub of ice cream. It was Dolly Madison. My tush was cold for 3 days. You don't forget.
You know, sir,
Don't forget
I'm
a
a
thing
little,
like
I'm a little
that.
queasy about this, telling tales about, presidents and presidents' wives.
They're all a little wacky, the presidents.
Yes.
And they're a little power crazy, right?
Yes,
And
right.
they love to do it. Let's face it. They love it. They love it.
Yes.
And if they don't do it to their wife, they'll do it to the nation, right?
Yes.
You have to watch that.
So it's better, yes. So it's better if they dally with their wives or even on the outside, you're saying. is what
Let
you're
them
saying.
have a mistress or two. Let them.
Yes.
Let them, because they have to do it.
Sir, you're a virile human being.
I hope
And
they
you've had many wives. You've stated, I
bet your
believe,
boots, kid.
you had 400 wives, was it?
400, 500 wives. I can countless wives.
Can you tell us how many of those marriages were happy marriages?
71%. Perfect.
71% perfect.
71%.
And the other
The other
29%?
one troubled. Squabbles, and
29%
fights.
What was it? What was it about those marriages?
Well, I mean, don't eat your soup with a fork, and
the regular troubles.
all of that
So,
stuff. And only one really bad thing. One runaway. I had a runaway.
A runaway?
Yes.
One of your wives? Oh, you
Yes.
mean of all those
Yes.
400, only one wife ran away?
Yeah, Zenobia.
Why?
She took off on me.
Why?
We lived in Venice,
And?
a fella came by, Lord Byron.
Oh.
Good-looking guy.
Romantic,
I'm
yes.
telling you, good-looking. He said, "Hark, I hear."
Oh, he started reciting
Yes,
poetry,
the
and your
poet.
wife was there.
Hark the ode, hark, and he harked it right out of my life. She ran away with him.
What did you...
I think he's still harking her.
Do you remember... Do you remember her name? Do you remember the...
Zenobia.
Zenobia. The only
Yeah,
Zenobia I know is the company that puts out the pistachio nuts.
Well, they named it after her. She was very short and a little greenish and a little nutty.
Now, you've had, how many children have you had? You said you quoted once.
42,000.
42,000 children.
And not one comes to visit me.
Yes, they still haven't visited you.
No.
I don't believe it, sir, because
21,000 doctors.
21,000 doctors?
21,000 doctors we turned out.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
How many accountants?
At least 700.
How many entertainers?
2.
Who are they? Are they famous? Do we know them?
Boom Boom Crosby.
Bing Crosby?
Boom Boom Crosby.
Oh, way back.
Way back.
Did he sing?
You want to hear how he sang?
Could you impersonate him?
Oh, Brown.
Sounds very much like...
Well, that's where he got it from Boom Boom.
I see. One of your sons was a...
Yes, he was
originator of
terrific.
that kind of singing.
Oh, sure. He made $1. He made a few bucks. He was all right.
Now, you
He
stated...
gave us all his awards.
You-
We kept him in the cave. He
Now,
was
you
good
said...
to us.
You said that none...
All the Jewish entertainers give their mothers and fathers the awards. They don't keep them in the house. Moses gave us tablets.
Gave his tablets to
Gave
his
the
parents?
tablets to his mother and father. Yes, sir, over the mantelpiece.
You mean the tablet with the Ten
Oh, they're
Commandments?
beautiful. And the TV man comes and he, oh, look, oh.
Yes.
They show them off.
Yes.
Yes, how beautiful.
Yes.
Sure, they're very proud of them.
And it's
And
beautiful.
they have a $40 frame around them. Beautiful. Gold leaf. Oh, perfect.
So you made the statement that none of your children ever came to visit you. Did you ever visit any of them? Why did
them.
you visit them? I bet you'd be standing outside
Sometimes
their
I
door.
go to them and I
You stand outside the door?
Yeah, I don't like to go in. I don't like to go in. I'm all right. I'm comfortable in the rain. I don't have to sit down. I'm fine.
You're just like your father.
We mock the thing we are to be.
Ah, that's
Yes.
very, very sage.
Sorry about the word mock, but everything else, remember. Channel everything else. We mock the thing we are to be. Yes. We make fun of the old, and then we become them. Look at that man bent over and spitting. And we, in a
become
few
that
years,
someday.
we're bent over and we're spitting.
Yes.
Oh, we shouldn't have laughed, huh?
Yes,
Right?
that's right. But we don't know at the time not to laugh.
No, but kids were stupid.
Sir, do you agree that Al Jolson was the greatest performer that ever walked on a stage?
You know, Jolson was better on the telephone than he was singing.
I don't understand
Oh,
that.
fantastic telephone caller. I was present when he called Irving Berlin. He was in New York, Irving Berlin
What
was
was
in
he calling him
California.
about?
Called him long distance. He needed a song for a new film he was making. The jazz guy or something.
Jazz singer, yes.
She called New York.
History-making film.
Oh, he called New York. Hello? Hello, New York? I would like to talk to Irving Berlin.
Yes, that's what it
The
sounds
other
like.
way it sounds. Hello? Hello, did you Irving? Irving, did you Jody? Irving!
And then what did he ask for?
He wanted a song from him.
And what did he get from him?
Irving wasn't there. Hello, Irving? Irving! Hey, did Irving? Will you please put on Irving Berlin? I'm calling on Irving. Oh, it was a big call.
Yes, I see.
Paying a lot of money.
I see.
Hello, Irving. Oh, hello, Irving. Jody. Yeah, did you, Jody? Irving. This is Irving. Irving, I need a new dong. All right, is this Irving? Hello. Will you please put on? Don't fool around. It's a $40 call. Will you put on? This is Jody. Irving. You couldn't get it, you know what I mean? You couldn't get it.
All right.
I happen to
Our
like it.
nation now, sir, our nation is in a serious economic situation.
Yes.
We have inflation, the balance of
Oh,
payments,
boy.
the balance of trade, the
Oh,
deficits.
boy.
What would you suggest,
Oh, boy.
knowing what you do about the history
Woof.
of the economy,
Woof. We're in
the
trouble.
history of the economy of the world?
I'm saying woof.
Yes,
Because
meaning-
America's a low ebb now. We're in low ebb.
I know, I
the
am asking-
socioeconomic problems that we are faced,
I am
the
asking.
magnitude of them.
I am asking you for help and a solution. Do you have one?
I have one solution.
Yes.
I say this is the time to sell America. Sell it.
To who? Sell America to who?
I'd say sell it to Japan.
No, I just.
They're going to get it in 10 years anyway. We might as well sell and make a profit.
And that's your solution to our
Yes.
economic problem.
That's my solution.
I don't think it's a valid one, sir.
Well, I didn't major in that in school. What the hell are we?
Sir, do you feel
I
there's
feel-
any hope for the world?
No.
Do you
As long as the world is turning and spinning, we're going to be dizzy and we're going to make mistakes. If some smart guy can stop it so we're not nauseous, then we'll be able to think and we'll solve the problems of the world. And thank you and good night.
That's it.
Two hip kicks.